aren't out of the question, you know. I just ask real questions like, if I have a child, what is it going to eat? When do we transition from breast milk to ramen? Those are our options. And like, who's gonna watch it when I go on vacation? Somebody told me I should take it with me. I was like, how does that work? We're at the bar taking tequila shots together. Pass out on the beach, going later and wait for me. And like, I would be like nurture, you know, there's like the nature and nurture. I'm nurture, 1000%. My child would know he was loved, but we would live in the back of my car. He would go to school and they say, little Kevin, or whatever you name kids. What's your address? And he'd be like, 2017 Honda Accord. That's where we live. So yeah, I know my limitations. I have 4 nephews, so I'm good at that. I'm really good at aunting. In fact, I'm a CPA.
Amen.
Thank you. That's a certified professional aunt. So, like I said, I have these 4 wonderful nephews. They are 27, I love it, 27, 12, 9, and 5. They're my favorite people, and they also terrify me. And that is because 12, 9, and 5 don't have a filter. So I love the 27-year-old the most. Sorry, he's just my favorite. But yeah, the other ones, they don't quite have a filter. And I don't know if you guys have ever had a conversation with a child. But if you have it, and you'd like to destroy your self-esteem in one fell swoop, talk to a 5-year-old. It will humble you so fast. Almost as fast as using a white washcloth. It'll set you straight though. Like, the kids came by my house. I was not expecting them, so I was wearing my uniform, a Snuggie. And they didn't even get in the house before they started roasting me. Like, I opened the door, the 5-year-old says, "Why don't you have a garage?" The 9-year-old said, "Why is your car so small?" First of all, my family sedan is paid off, that's why. And then they get in the house. The 12-year-old comes in, he just looks around and says, "Do you know what a pack rat is?" I said, "Yeah." Yeah, he just looked around and said, and walked away. The 9-year-old said, "Aunt Ashley, what's wrong with your feet?" I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "Your feet, why do they look like that?" And I looked down, and yes, my feet looked like I could fly over a field and scoop up a mouse with my talons. But he had no right to try to shame me into self-care. He doesn't have a job. 5-year-old, he came in, I thought he was on my side. He came in, he gave me the biggest hug ever. He looked me dead in the face and said, "Hi, Daddy." Who did that? Look, my brother and I favor, okay? So I'll give him that. He's 5. I understand his logic. But my brother is bald. And his goatee is much thicker than mine. So I put that kid out. He's about to be rude to me in my own house. And I actually spent some time in their territory recently. I was there, and then I was even there last night. So I was reminded that I'm not good enough. But I spent some time, and when I was there, I said some really I say crazy things when I'm there. Like I said, "Wake me up when y'all get up." Y'all know children don't sleep? Yeah, that was a dumb move. I also said things that I never thought I'd have to say, like, "Please don't lick the dog." "Please don't lick your brother." "Please don't lick me. Why are you licking everything? Can you pee in the toilet? Do you talk about anything other than poop, butts, and farts?" The answer is no. If I never have to have another conversation about poop, butts, and farts for the rest of my life, I'm fine with that. But what I do know is that little boys who talk about poop, butts, and farts and don't pee in the toilet turn into grown men. who talk about poop butts and farts and don't clean the toilet. And in just a moment, a lapse in judgment, I said to the 5-year-old, "Let me smell your hands." I told him to go wash his hands. I said, "Go wash your hands." He came back and said, "Did you wash your hands?" He said, "Yes." I knew he was lying because he's 5 and he lies. So I said, "Let me smell them." 0 stars, do not recommend. By the time I got back to my house, I'm pretty sure my teeth had tied themselves. Like cheating auntie for life. And kids are really, really gross. Like, has a child ever sneezed on you before? And then you ended up with like smallpox? Like, I was like, I don't know. Like, I just left there, so I might have polio now.